Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. I got into the technical flight for Halo Infinite, where everyone's just fighting bots in 4 versus 4 Slayer matches. And I gotta tell you, man, this is not looking good. And I don't mean that in the sense of it's just technically unstable, because it is, but it's a flight. It's meant to be. But at the same time, some of these issues are fucking obnoxious. You want to know what the most obnoxious issue is? If I'm doing anything other than just walking around and I try to swap grenades, the game will crash. It's guaranteed. Like, I've played like 8 matches of this, and 6 of them have ended in me trying to swap grenades, the game bugging the fuck out, and me needing to restart it. It's awful. And there's a couple other ones too. I've had a couple of other unrelated crashes as well, and every bloody time that the game crashes, it doesn't remember the keybinds. So clearly they've done something wrong there. I don't know what's going on with that. And also it performs terribly. Like, I am playing this on mostly Ultra, but even on medium-ish settings, I was only getting like 70 FPS tops. And this is on a 8700K and an RTX 2080. I should be hitting at least 120 on a big name game like this, which is only a couple of months out from release at this point. The rumored dates have been like November at this point. But that's not the reason why I think Halo Infinite isn't going to be any good. It's because of the actual gameplay.
Enemies on me.
Because I gotta be honest with ya, it feels like they've managed to scientifically distill all the fun out of it. Most of the guns are not good. And I don't mean that in the sense of like balance or what have you, but just their general feel and usage. Like, the assault rifle isn't a very good gun. They've got a new power weapon called the Pulse Carbine, which is basically just the Needler and the plasma rifle had a retarded baby. And it does not feel good to use at all. Things like the sidekick just don't have enough kick to them to really give them that sort of tactile feel that you would want. The Needler isn't exactly doing the best. The plasma pistol is actually really... What's the word I'm looking for? It's not massively jank, but they've made it a bit slower and a bit rougher to aim, and so as a result, I just don't enjoy using it anywhere near as much. The battle rifle is okay, and the... Oh god, what was the other one? The only one I really liked was the VK-20 Commando, which is like a single-shot rifle, a la the DMR. But even then, it's got basically no challenge to it. It's got no bloom. So I just find myself going bang, 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 bang as fast as I can. If I can keep my mouse cursor on the guy, I'll win. So yeah, most of the weapons not very good. There is also, of course, the sniper. There's a couple of Promethean weapons, which are a bit rough as well. It feels like they're all untuned and just not ready for public consumption. So this flight really does feel just a bit too early. There's also the maps, and honestly, they're both just kind of uncreative. Loops around the outside, meeting areas somewhere in the middle. And none of them are just particularly inspired or fun to have firefights on. The game's at least a decent looker. But there's very little in the way of something like reactions or things like that. Even some of the effects feel weird. Like, when you shoot a guy and their shield breaks, it's the color of the enemy UI. Because now whenever a enemy soldier enters your field of view, they have this weird red outline around them. Because I think they want to allow people to have their customization show off even if they're on like the enemy team on a team deathmatch game, which, considering that this is going to be one of the more microtransaction driven Halo games because they're working on battle passes and this is going to be free to play and what have you, they want you to be able to customize your dude how you see fit, but it means it's got this weird red halo. Derp, I didn't mean to make that pun, I'm sorry. It's got this weird red, like, just thing around the enemies, and the way that they show you that their shield is broken is by making this weird little UI element explode, but then the red is still there. So you're looking at it thinking, is he still shielded or isn't he? It can be really hard to tell. I remember in the previous Halo games, there'd be like little flickering effects coming off the shield, but in this game, it just doesn't look like it. Sometimes you might get a little bit of a, like a shield, not a shield thing, like a bloody TV scan line thing coming down it, but it's just not obvious at first glance, which is probably like the worst part of it. They've also made equipment, some of the more, they've tried to make equipment part of the Holy Trilogy again. I just don't think it works. Because there's like shield screens that you dump down and hope that, you know, you can get rid of the enemy before they get around to your side. Active camo and overshield are now, like, usable. But at the same time, I can't imagine a situation where you wouldn't want to pop them out immediately. And I didn't get a chance to try the grappling hook. But honestly, I don't hold out much hope. It's kind of weird because it seems like a lot of the weapon sets they pull up are randomly generated this time around. Like one match you'll play, you'll get the VK-20 Commando in one slot. And then in the same slot, you'll go back to it in the next game, and there'll be a different power weapon there. I don't understand why they would do that. Now, there does seem to be like a couple of presets that it cycles through. But if you like using a particular weapon, you might just end up being screwed out of wanting to use your particular weapon. And it's just odd to me personally. Again, it just kind of seems to go against Halo's original baseline gameplay, which was all the weapons are in specific locations, and the more skilled will get to them faster. And I couldn't tell you why they've made this change, but they have. Also, sprinting's still a thing. Smart zooming is still a thing, but at least I think they've gone back on making it so that you're more accurate when you're doing it, a la Halo 4 and Halo 5. There's also grenades. And I think grenades have been debuffed again. Because I swear, I land grenades right at people's fucking feet and they don't die from it. The explosion, I mean. It's also kind of hard to get a sticky on people this time.
Another one down.
As a result, like, the maps are uncreative, the weapons aren't fun to use. Ignore the fact that I'm terrible with the sniper rifle. I could not get my mouse sensitivity settings down. I'm willing to put that one down to user error. I'm just saying. But yeah, a lot of the weapons just aren't fun to use, whether it be the older ones not having as much kick as they used to, like the BR. I mean, I said the BR is okay, but it's still not as good as something like Halo 2s or 3s. The pistol, the AR, some of the new weapons, like the some of the Promethean ones, or the Pulse Carbine, which are just fucking terrible and just aren't any fun to use at all. You get almost no feedback out of the Pulse Carbine. It's genuinely one of the worst weapons I've ever seen in a Halo game. Grenades are just weaker. Equipment just, again, seems to kind of... Like, Halo 3 made this mistake. Halo Reach also made this mistake. But at the same time, at least those game sandboxes can make up for it. This game just doesn't have that going for it. The maps are uncreative. And again, it's a technical alpha. Like, there's so... I mean, I'm willing to give them benefit of the doubt because they're beta testing pretty early. We don't technically know what the date is, but we know it's this year, so it's like, what? It is still a few months before it comes out. But at the same time, how did they not notice the game crashing if you press the grenade swap key a bit weird? How did they not notice your keybind settings get reset every bloody time? Did they just, like, make this beta and send it out? They didn't even bother to test it internally or something? Excuse me, I've got something caught in my throat. I will at least say this. The bots are decent. They do have... God damn it. They do have decent capabilities in fighting. And they very rarely get stuck on anything. And sometimes it's even to their advantage. Like, I saw a bot get stuck, like, behind some cover, but it was just going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Like, it was trying to do a really quick tap dance. But other than that, they have been pretty capable. And if you do pick up Halo Infinite, you'll probably be able to... Is that a Stormtrooper helmet? That almost looks like a freaking jungle Stormtrooper helmet right there. I didn't even notice that while I was playing. But yeah, it's just... None of this is any fun. That's the biggest problem. I'm not having any fun with Halo Infinite. Like, even just forgetting the crashes and forgetting all, like, the technical stuff that's going on. I'm just not having any fun. And considering how big of a fan of Halo I am, that's depressing. It's not like fucking Halo 4 where I just outright hated it. And to be honest with you, I only played like 1 hour of Halo 5 multiplayer, and it was Warzone, and I had no fucking clue what was going on in that, so... Can't give you an honest opinion on that one. But yeah, no fun. Oh yeah, Gravity Hammer. It's alright, but they've also made it slower. Does have more impact as a result. But I'd be lying if I said I appreciated the change. This is talking about from at least Halo 3 anyway. Again, I haven't played Halo 5 for very long, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, that's my opinion on Halo Infinite. The way this is going, I'm not going to bother spending any money on it. You know what's fucking weird, though, in comparison? I really want Battlefield 2042. Those trailers have been done bloody right. The features they're adding, while not equal to, like, Halo's custom games setup with Forge and what have you, is still incredibly promising.
Overshield inbound.
And it looks like they've gone back from the absolutely stupid sets of decisions they've made from Battlefield 5. So I find myself saying, I'm more excited for a Battlefield game than I am for a Halo game. The me of 13 years ago, getting Halo 3 for the first time, and then having played through that, and then being told that in 13 years you'll be more excited for a Battlefield game than a Halo game, would lose his mind over that. I gotta tell you, man.
Can't touch this.
But yeah, that's it. I've only got a little bit more footage for you because all my other games either crashed too quickly or just weren't very good footage. I also do apologize for the fact that I was playing the game in windowed because I was really trying to figure out what was causing those crashes. I only really figured out that it was me trying to swap grenades at the very end. With that said, this has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.
Halfway to victory.
Power items en route. Style. Power items have arrived. Shields boosted.
Spartan down!
Enemies on me! Tango is closing in.
Damage. Taking fire.